All right, so all we're going to do is finish the last four problems today that were on this page, and then any time that it was left over, we could use to work on Delta Math, which as of yesterday had only two people who have even started it. One person had 10% done, one person had 50% done. So that shows me that you guys aren't really doing your stuff on time. I've been kind of tossing something around in my head. I think I'm going to stick to it, which is to try to entice you guys to do things on time. Since these assignments are normally due on Sundays, I would think, I mean, I'm sure you think a lot of things of me, but I would think that one of those things that you would agree is that I'm pretty good at getting back to you guys in a timely manner. You know, doesn't matter what time of the day you guys message me. I'm usually pretty good at replying to you. But I think I'm going to stop doing that on Sundays. So that for people that leave their assignments to the last minute, you know, when they contact me like, oh, hey, I can't log in. Hey, I don't understand how to do this. You know, too bad. You know, if you want my help, just do it earlier in the week, because I'm tired of people leaving things to the last minute. So, let's see. I can't see Mikhail. Can't see Mohammed. Can't see Jorge. Hey, Aaron. Aaron did make it. Hi, Aaron. Aaron, you just didn't come today because of the rain, or are you gonna go back permanently to at home?
Depression.
I'm sorry?
I didn't have any motivation to get out of bed today.
Gotcha. Me neither.
Hi, kitty.
But I did it anyway. All right. So let's do what we did the other day and yesterday on the Kahoot, which is to find arc length and to find the sector area. I'll do number 5, then I'll let you guys do number 6 through 8, and the quicker you finish, the more time we can go on the Delta Math. In addition to that, tomorrow, that's all we're going to do is the Delta Math. So if you finish like at some point today and you show up tomorrow and have 100% done, as long like I can't do anything if you're in person, but if you're at home, I'll let you leave the Zoom call tomorrow if you have everything done. All right, so we know that for both of these, what they have in common is some fraction times some amount. And I know that amount is going to have a pi in it. Okay? And I know that fraction is going to have the arc measure on the top, which on number 5, the arc measure is 255. Okay? Now here come the small little subtle differences. For the area, I'm always dividing by 360. For the arc length, it depends on whether I'm being given a radius or a diameter. Okay? I've even thought about only teaching kids the formula for radius so that they're always putting the same thing on the bottom, but I haven't gone that far yet. So, you know, as of now, I'm still giving you the option. But this 10 that I have here, is that a radius or a diameter? Radio or diameter or?
Radius.
It is a radius. Good. So I'm going to put a 180 here. That means she's lonely. She's the only one here today. Then the only other thing is now to figure out what goes in the parentheses. So at the beginning, I was kind of go really slow and show you, but now that you've gotten used to this, the arc length one is easy. You just put the radius next to the pi. And then if you want to save yourself the steps, what could I do to that 10 before I put it in the parentheses for area?
Square it.
Yeah. Did you travel to San Francisco, Esme?
Wait, what?
Did you travel to San Francisco? There's fires over there right now.
No, not really.
Oh. All right. So and now, sadly, see, like this has become the biggest issue, and it's not supposed to be the issue because this has nothing to do with what's new. Like this has nothing to do with sector area and arc length, and that's the reducing of fractions. I know that regardless of whether you're taking Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, and even some kids I'm sure like in pre-cal and above, like they hate fractions, but you have to know how to work with them. So what we're looking for is the greatest common factor of, really, look, let me redraw it this way. If any of these numbers have something in common with 180, or if any of these numbers have something in common with 360. Could be in any order that you want. So like, look, let's get crazy. Let's say here we want to do the 10 and the 180. Perfect. I can knock out those zeros. So really that 10 becomes a 1. So now what I'm looking for is, does 255 have anything in common with 18? And if it does, you know, what's the biggest number? I would guess, try 9. I think 9 should work. What's 255 divided by 9? Mohammed! Oh, actually, no, it didn't work. It didn't work. So is it only going to be 3 then? 255 divided by 3? It is only, but that's not. Yeah, no, I guess so. Okay. So 85. Oh, let me fix it up here. So if I divide by 3, this becomes 85, and this becomes a 6. And there's nothing in common there. Yeah, I guess they don't have another 3. All right. So 85 pi over 6. Now, Mikhail, this is where I know you were struggling with at first, but I know yesterday you won the Kahoot, so maybe you're starting to understand it better. This is the exact amount. If they ask you for the exact amount, this is what you have to put. Okay? But in addition to that, they might ask you to round. So then it's just about putting it in the calculator. Now, there's something that I told my second period, which I wasn't sure if I wanted to tell them, but I went ahead and did. So I'll tell you guys the same thing also. I'm taking this approach here because I get the most out of every question. I'm able to find the exact amount, the rounded amount. We're able to do length. We're able to do area. So we're taking these 4 problems and really turning them into, 16 problems? Just out of 4, because we're going every facet. But when you take a test, starting with that practice test on Monday, they're probably only going to ask you for one thing at a time. So if that one thing they're asking you for is just the rounded amount, you do not need to reduce. Watch. Let's say before we reduced any of this stuff. Okay? Put in your calculator, put 255 times 10 times pi. I like to hit equals just to clear it out, just to be able to get some type of a reply from the calculator, and then divide by 180 and tell me what you get. 255 times 10 times pi, and then divide by 180.
44.5.
Yeah, notice how you get the exact same thing. So if you're being asked to only round, no, you don't have to reduce, but I've been doing it because I want, I think you guys need to know both. There's going to be questions that only ask you for the exact amount. So you have to know how to get to this in simplest form. All right, let's go to the other ones. I can knock out a 0 here from 36 and 100. What's the biggest number I can divide 265 and 36 by? I think this one's going to be 9. No, actually, no, because 255 didn't go into 9. Is it only 3 again? Yeah, it might only be 3 again. 85 over. So if it's only 3, then I know that looks like a 6, but it's 255. So if it's only a 3, then we get 85 over 12. Is there anything else in common that can be reduced? Anything else in common that can be reduced, though? Jeanette is on fire.
12 and the 10.
Thank you. 12 and a 10. This becomes a 6. This becomes a 5. So now when I multiply 85 times 5, it's 425 over 6. Let me make sure 425. That's good. So then now we just round 425 times pi equals divided by 6 equals 23.6. Even though I don't really, wait, that doesn't make sense. How could that be? Oh, because of the, oh wait, 100. 420. No, that can't be. I must have. I had to put it in wrong. 425 times pi divided by 6. 220. So okay. So I knew that was kind of fishy. Sorry. 222.5. All right. So I know I don't get big into units, but let's talk about units here. Okay. When we did arc length, whether it's exact or whether it's rounded, what would the unit be there? ¿Qué sería la unidad? Remember we did number 5.
Centimeters.
Centimeters. I'm not sure too many questions will ask you that, but just in case. And then over here with area, again, whether you're using the exact or the rounded, what would the unit be?
Centimeters squared.
Very good. Square centimeters. Also, while I'm going off on tangents, something else that I talked to my second period, but I've said it here before also. At the beginning of any semester is when you see the biggest fluctuation in grades. Whether we're talking about your students or like my athletes, like whatever it is, you know, you might have an 80 one week and the next week you have a 40 or vice versa. Like, you know, as the semester progresses, that's when you're going to see the grades start to stabilize a little bit. Yeah, it's still going to change, but the changes are not going to be as big. And the reason why I bring that up is because what do you have next week?
A test.
You do have a test. Yeah, not only do we have the practice test on Monday, we have a real test on Wednesday. Okay? So if you're one of these people in the class right now that has like a 42, well, guess what? If you can figure out what arc length and sector area are and do well on that test, you might see that great jump, 20 some odd points. You might go from having a 40, 50 something to having above a 70 in 1 week just because there aren't that many grades in the grade book. Okay, and you could do even better if you do well on both the practice test and the regular test. So, if conversely, if you've had a good grade the last time, make sure that you do well again because your grade can drop really quickly too. All right, see if you guys can do number 6. Give me the exact amount. Pretend like this is the Kahoot from yesterday, and I want the exact amount. Let's do our arc length first. We'll round it together. We'll do the rounding part together, but I want, for number 6, I want the exact arc length. Vámonos en mil, sí. Vámonos en mil, sí. Jorgito, respuesta por favor.
Wait, what?
Arc length. I'm looking for arc length. ¿Lo tienes, Emilsi? Tienes que simplificar la fracción. Si sigues con el teléfono, te va a gastar más la batería. Tienes que buscar el número más grande que entre a los dos. No, es que se puede dividir entre los dos. 45. Nobody? Jeanette, Esme?
21 pi over 2.
That's what I got. Very good. So we have a fraction, we have this, we know we're going to have a pi, and really for arc length, you can just stick that 14, that's the radius right next to it. Because it's a radius, I'm going over 180, and here's 135. But the trickiest part is, do you know how to reduce? I mean, see, 135 and 180 can both be divided by 45. El 45 entre los dos. 135 divided by 45 is 3. 180 divided by 45 is 4. But are we done? Can anything else there be reduced? More time you waste, less time we have later for the delta.
4 and 14.
4 and 14 can both be divided by 2. This becomes a 2, this becomes a 7. So as Jeanette said, we ended up with the 3 times 7 with a pi. The pi's up there too. So 21 over 2. That is the exact arc length. Now for the estimated arc length, 33.0. How about area? Sector area. How much area, how much space is inside here? Somebody. Mikhail, my homeboy.
You said the exact other answer.
I want the, well, the exact is the answer, just to be clear, but yeah, I want the exact answer.
I got 588 pi over 8.
Well, see, I could already, without even looking down, I already knew that that was not the case, because listen to what you said. You told me 2 even numbers. So if you're giving me two even numbers, that means they have to be able to be reduced.
I got 147 pi over 4.
Over 4?
Yeah.
I didn't get over 4, well, but that's close enough for me to do it. Let's see if I made the mistake or if you made the mistake. Okay, so we got a pi. This is always going to be 360, 135. But before I put the 14, let me see somebody. Jorge, how did I get that 196? Tell me what I did to get that 196.
Oh, no.
Correct. Aaron, how did I get that 196?
I thought the answer was I don't know.
No, well, for Jorge, that's the correct answer, but not for others.
Rats. My answer's wrong.
Esme, how did I get the 196? How about your buddy Jorge?
You square it.
Yeah, square the 14, square the radius. Area is pi r squared. So the 135 and the 360 can be divided by 45. This becomes a 3. This becomes an 8. But Mikhail, so you were getting that 8 on the bottom. 8 and 196 can still be divided by 4. And that's 49. So I was right, Jeanette, because this becomes a 2, and this becomes a 49. So 3 times 49 is 147. That part of Jeanette's was correct. And she had the pi, which is good. Oops. Everybody loves pi. And then we have, what's your favorite type of pie, Aaron?
I don't really eat pie.
Hmm.
My family sucks.
I guess, yeah. If you're from Georgia, you gotta like pecan pie. Getting 230.9. Just like before, just this happens to be centimeters, so this would be centimeters and this would be centimeters squared. Mohammed, any calculator issues? Do you agree with the calculations, Mohammed, before I move on? I'll take that as a maybe, Mohammed. Today, Miss Queen, one of the principals, came on my second period and started yelling at kids for not turning their cameras on. It's like the only way I can get you guys to do it. Hey, Mohammed. Good to see you, my friend. All right, let's do number 7. Give me the exact arc length.
8 pi over 3.
Cheater. I don't know. I haven't done it yet, but let's see. I trust Jeanette. So this is pi 180. This is 16. This is 30. Now this is an easy one to reduce. Yesterday when on the Kahoots, when I was saying, oh, this is easy, it wasn't like, about like, anything having to do with you guys. It was just more of when numbers end in 0, they tend to be easy because the zeros cancel out. So in reality, I'm not reducing 30 over 180. I'm really just reducing 3 over 18. But then Mikhail's like, whoa, look at that 6 and that 16. They can both be divided by 2. So this becomes a 3, this becomes 8. So 4 out of 5 Mikhails agree that Jeanette was correct. It was 8 pi over 3. So I'm getting approximately 8.4. And if they wanted a unit, that unit would be centimetros. Smarty pants, Jeanette, do you have the area already or no?
Not yet.
Okay. Here, I'll help you guys by setting it up. Hey, Jorge, how did I get that 256?
Oh no.
He's a silly boy. Aaron, how did I get the 256?
No idea.
The same way I did it the last time. Mohammed, how did I get the 256?
Square 16.
Yeah, I have a 256 on the board. Where did that come from?
Square.
No? Don't understand? No understand, though? I know he said something. I just didn't understand what he said. It's like we're doing the same problems over and over again. I mean, si tú sabes o no? ¿De dónde saqué el 256? No, muy difícil. Here, for all the boys and girls at home, when you're finding area, the radius can be, I don't know if you can understand my handwriting, squared, cuadrado. Save you some time. Jeanette, anything yet? Or Esme? Or
Pi over
Mikhail?
3.
No, pi over 3, it can't be pi over 3.
64 pi over 3.
Well, it can't be that either, because 54 is divisible by 3. Let's see. This
I
those
got
zeros?
112.
You got what, girl?
Sure. I got 112.
From
I'm not sure if that's
California?
right. No.
So I got 1 over 12. And then, but see, that's the thing. I don't think 256 can be divided by 12, though. It cannot be. You lied to me. 256 and 12 can be divided by 4. 4 is the biggest number. So this becomes a 3, and this becomes a... Bro, 14 and... Oh, my brain hurts. Is it 64? Get it in my head. 64.
Yes.
So 1 times 64 times pi is 64 pi over 3. Nobody got that except for me.
That's what I said.
Lies, Mikhail, lies. All right, so now let's round. 64 pi over 3.
67.0.
Thank you.
Oh, let's write this one.
And Amitzi, ¿qué sería la unidad? Let's see who's paying attention. What would the unit be? Not my power 3. No Mikhail, Amitzi, or the other e-girl, Esme. Let's see if one of the other 4 can answer a question today. What would the unit be here for the area? ¿Qué sería la unidad? No cm. No, no. Jorgito, do you know?
Centimeter square.
There, Mohammed. Strong. He just told you, Jorge. He was like, take that, centimeter squared. Any questions? And finally, numero ocho, which also seems to pretty have an easy arc measure. Give me the arc length. Yeah, this one I didn't even need a calculator for this one. This one I did in my head.
$11 pi over 3.
Thanks, Mikhail. Fraction, bam, pi, 11, 180. If you haven't figured out how to at least set it up by now, I don't know what else I can do. I've tried to make it as easy for you as possible. It just takes practice. And if you're not willing to put in the practice, I don't know what else I can do to help you. This reduces to 1 over 3. Okay. If you're still having trouble with that, I mean, it is what it is. Like there's scientific calculators that'll do it for you. If you have a scientific calculator and you know how to use the fraction button, it'll reduce it for you. But we get 11 pi over 3. Then I even showed you earlier today that if all they're asking you for is the rounded amount, you don't even need to reduce. You can just put 60 times 11 times pi and then divide by 180 in the calculator. In this case, it looks like we would get approximately 11.5. Anybody have the Stechter area yet?
121 pi over 6.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that might be right. We'll take a look at it. Jorge, how did I get 121? Was it by magic, perhaps? How did I get the 121, Jorge? Oh man, Jorge wrote something, but I couldn't see it.
He said IDK.
Oh, he said IDK BRB. How about you, Aaron? How did I get that 121?
Can I answer it?
I know you know, but I'm just I'm just trying to prove a point that it has nothing to do with math and being good at math. It's just being the ability to pay attention. And when you start missing the same question over and over and over again, it's just because your attention's wandering.
Yeah,
Aaron?
my attention span is really bad today.
Gotcha.
Got my meds.
Gotcha.
Man, I should have locked them up.
Maybe. How about you, Mohammed? How did I get that 121?
Square 11.
Thank you. Well played, sir. You do square the 11. You'll get him next time, Jorge. This becomes a 1 over 6. And yeah, as Jeanette said, 121 and 6 cannot be reduced. So this just ends up being 121 pi over 6. The rest is just calculator. So I'm getting 63.4. So this is the rest of the way that the rest of the week and next week ends up. Next week is a Friday. Tomorrow is a Friday. So the plan is to just work on Delta Math. Which as of last night, nobody had really started, and I doubt I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to log in now. If anything, just to make sure you still know how to log in, because it's been a few weeks since we've used Delta Math. So before I dismiss you, I want you guys to log in. If you happen to come upon a question that you don't know how to do, let me know. But that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow as well. What do we have on Monday?
Practice test.
Practice test, thank you, yeah. Then on Tuesday, we'll go over the practice test. So if you want to get credit for the practice test works a little bit differently, because for the practice test, I give you that chance to make it up afterwards. But if you want to have the benefit of the curve, you need to show up to the practice test, and then you have the real test on Wednesday. And I will send out progress reports again after that test. Any questions? All right, so go ahead and try to log into Delta Math. If you can do a couple questions, even better. And I'll be here if you have any questions for me. Don't go anywhere. Emil, si tú puedes entrar también en una computadora. ¿Qué? Sí, Delta Math. El Delta. Delta.